Michael Rapaport joining us. You can check him out in San Francisco doing stand-up at Cobb's Comedy Saturday and Sunday. Tickets are available at cobbscomedy.com. Also, entire summer tour at michaelrapaportcomedy.com. Was that what you were doing yesterday on Undisputed? You were doing comedy when you said, don't be surprised if LeBron James end up being traded to New Orleans. Was that comedy?
No. Listen, this is just Linda Rambis's world, and we're all living in it. And LeBron James has obviously went out of his way, him and his cronies, Rich Paul, the agent for Adrian, LeBron
James.
No, not for LeBron James.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, sorry. They made the announcement. They thought this was Cleveland. They thought they were back in Cleveland where we could just, do what we want, say what we want, and presto changeo. And the Lakers and the New Orleans Pelicans, whoever was in charge at the time, said, no can do. Well, you want Anthony Davis in Los Angeles so badly, do not be surprised if you're the one who gets shipped out for Anthony Davis. Now, I'm not saying it's a guarantee. I'm not saying it's a little far-fetched, but the way the Lakers are being run now by Miss Bust and Miss Rambis, Linda Rambis, they're not taking any crap from anybody. And that threat that we heard, that you I'm sure mentioned, and everybody else mentioned a few months ago, Jeannie Buss was so angry with LeBron James and the way the whole Anthony Davis thing went down that they were considering trading him. I believe that now. I truly believe that. So do not be surprised if LeBron James gets dealt. Again, I'm not putting the house on it. I'm not putting a lot of money on it. I'm just saying that it is a possibility. But I have a question.
It's not. Hold on. Wait. Don't change topics. We'll get to whatever. No, let's stay on this. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
There's 0% chance that LeBron James gets traded to New Orleans. There's less than 1% chance he gets traded. Period. He just moved his family to Los Angeles. He doesn't
have a no trade clause.
He doesn't have to.
Okay, I'm just saying.
He doesn't have to, because you know what he says? LeBron, you're traded. Great, I'm not going. That's what he says, because he's LeBron James. Right? So it's like one of those things. I mean, you would know because you're in the 3 comma category, right? You're a billionaire. When you're a billionaire, somebody says like, hey, guess what? I traded you. Go, that's fine. I'm not leaving. He's not leaving. You don't move your kids out, and your son's about to start high school. He likes it here. He's like, you want to fix the Lakers? You guys fix it. I'll show up first day of training camp and be there. He's not, and he's definitely not being traded. You're not trading LeBron James to the smallest market in the NBA. It's not happening.
Okay, you said it. But if it does happen, I'm not saying when. If it does happen, you make sure you mention my name every time you mention this trade for the rest of his career. We will have you on. Trade. We will have you on. You can do your victory lap. The problem is, I want it to be called the Rapaport trade.
Fair enough. It'll be called the Rapaport trade. Good.
Now, with all the craziness that's going on with the Lakers, and Linda Buss, and it is just Linda Buss's, Linda Rambis's world. It is Linda Rambis's world, and we are living in it. Do not be surprised if some wackier things continue to happen. That's all I'm saying. I'm a Knicks fan. I am a Knicks fan who is suffering from Zion derangement syndrome right now. So I might not be in my right mind. So I blame that on being a lifelong Knicks fan and suffering from a severe case of Zion derangement syndrome.
Yeah. What's interesting about the Zion thing, which all you New Yorkers lost your mind, was there was a substantial amount of talk that even if they landed Zion, they may want to trade Zion to begin with because he would have such an immense amount of trade value, and you want to win now. You don't want to wait for Zion to become a legit NBA star, which could be a couple years away. It's like, we didn't get the guy that we were going to trade anyway.
Yes, that's true. But Doug, listen, you're a good guy. I like you. You're a sensible guy, possibly. All this talk, when we hear about all this talk and these rumors, can you explain to me where this is coming from? These talk, these rumors, these ideas, because you know how the great Chuck D and Public Enemy said, "Don't believe the hype, diggity, diggity, don't believe the hype."
I do.
I started to believe the memes. I need a song called "Don't Believe the Memes" because the meme that was going around with Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Zion Williamson, I was like, oh, this is true. This is going to happen because the Knicks are going to win the draft lottery. And then we're going to get Kyrie, then we're going to get KD, And that's because the meme said that. The internet meme said that. Now
Right.
I don't know what to believe or what to expect. Where is all this information, these rumors going around and all this? And where do these things come from? The fans want to know.
I would say some comes from agents, some come from other players, and some comes from, people that talk. And there's plenty of guys that talk, and you get the right person to listen and believe that the person who's talking has credibility. I do think there's a sense that KD wants to end up in New York, wants his own team. As a New Yorker, the guy that saves the Knicks will be a hero unlike any hero, even Derek Jeter-like with the Yankees, right? It's because it's been that long a suffering and that fervent a fan base. That one makes sense. My question is, would he rather have Kyrie or could he talk Kemba into joining him, bringing a New York native son home?
Well, kooky Kyrie, as I like to call him right now, makes me nervous. Kyrie and Kevin Durant with the young talent that the Knicks are bringing up, and David Fizdale, and neither one of them being very media friendly, neither one of them having thick skin, makes me nervous. Obviously, Kyrie is one of the great players in the league, Hall of Fame player, ridiculous talent, incredible ball handling skills, all the things that go without saying. But when I hear guys from Boston saying, I'll never deal with that ever again in my life, like they just saw Jason from Friday the 13th come to life, like he spooked those guys on the Boston Celtics. It makes me nervous for him coming to New York. That being said, I'll take him if he comes. But as far as actually getting over the hump and winning that ring, because it's all about those rings and things. It's all about those rings and things at this point. The question I wanted to ask you, second question is, you made a tweet about the biggest misconception in basketball is that New York doesn't breed players. That's another debate. We could get to that now. We can
have it right now. This is in the current day in the NBA. This is not. Okay. This is not when I was a kid. This is not when you were a kid or my dad was a kid. This is in the current era of the NBA or more high school, college basketball now.
Okay. I wasn't even going into that debate. What I wanted to know is if you could explain what one of the great point guards from Brooklyn said. He said, and I quote, I hope I'm getting this correctly.
Yes.
Oh, when you made that tweet, Stephon Marbury from Brooklyn, Coney Island's in the house. Yes. He said, I used to do you dirty in front of your daddy.
Yes.
What did he mean by saying, I used to do you dirty in front of your daddy, Doug? Can you explain that? Because we never got a response from you on that.
Well, that's because he was responding to something that had nothing to do with me and him. So I chose to stay on topic. Stephan Marbury has apparently eaten so much that he misremembers how many times he went against me. I was on the same basketball floor as Steph one time. I was a replacement for Chauncey Billups, who was hurt in the Magic Johnson Roundball Classic in Detroit. He didn't play particularly well. I played fine. I had 2 points and 9 assists. I did my thing. He shot the ball very poorly, and he got super frustrated. But he was operating on the premise that we never played against each other in AAU because, shocker, his team would lose early. And we didn't play against each other in ABCD because they were, whatever reason, other side of the bracket. And my junior year, we went to the championship game, never played against them. My senior year, we just never matched up with them. So I just think, look, that's one of the things if you're going to be a white basketball player, especially when your dad was a coach, an AAU coach, former college coach, there's going to be guys that are going to come at you. And that's if you can't play that game, you can't play the game. That's just kind of the way it works. What I didn't say was, why don't we ask Jimmer Fredette? Because Jimmer Fredette actually did give Stephan Marbury 50. Gave him 50, Michael. Jimmer Fredette, upstate New York in the house. 50.
Wow. Okay.
50.
All right. All right. Well, I wanted to give you the full response. 50. I know you're a smart guy. You have a history. A lot of people think you're just a broadcaster and a personality. Some forget. I certainly don't forget at the Celebrity All-Star game that you were in when you beat up, I believe it was some pop star full court at a NBA Celebrity All-Star
I did took the ball from Neo. I felt a little bad afterwards.
And
I was trying to win the quarter, right? Like that's like trying to bring a pit bull home and make him into a house pet. That's a hard one.
Okay, Doug, it's a Celebrity All-Star game. You don't D people up full court. It was inappropriate, and people are still talking about it. And you could tell by the fact that you've never gotten invited back how much waves you made in the celebrity basketball world. I'm just saying, you never got invited back.
Well,
right?
I also don't work for ESPN anymore. That's part of it. I played in a celebrity game in St. Paul at the Final Four, and for the most part, I was. This is years later, of course. I dialed it back defensively until the end of the game when we got after a little bit.
Yeah, bring it back, Wade. Bring it down, Doug. Bring it way down. You see, I'm not trying to go tit for tat, be funny with you. I'm a trained professional.
I know.
You know what I mean?
You're a trained professional comedian. I've seen you play basketball. You play basketball like a trained professional comedian, so that's great.
Wow.
I'm messing with you.
You know what, Doug? I'm a guest on the show. I don't need to be have pot shots thrown at me. I'm here because I'm a fan, and I consider you a friend, sort of. But to throw pot shots at me on a Friday afternoon, a beautiful Friday afternoon.
It is beautiful.
Why does that happen?
When are you performing in Southern California? You're in San Francisco this weekend. When are you in SoCal?
I'm in Southern California. I'll actually be in San Diego June 2nd at the American Comedy Company, and the entire list of my disruptive comedy schedule is now on the Michael Rapaport Comedy.com. You can find all the summer dates. I'm looking forward to it. I would love for you to come out to a show possibly in LA. But San Francisco's this weekend, and then on the June 2nd, I'll be in San Diego, and I can't wait to be down there.
San Diego, you got a great shot. I got a great shot of getting down there for it. Michael, thanks for joining us. Love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Anytime, my friend. I'll talk to you later.
Michael Rapaport admitting to having one of the worst hot takes of all time, but wanting to predict the possibility of a LeBron James trade to New Orleans. If it happens, we will, in fact, call it the Rapaport trade. Note that. Dan Byer joins us now. Remember, note that. Rapaport trade.
Right.
The Rapaport trade.
All right. I like how he said, don't be surprised. He would be the only one that wouldn't be surprised if that trade went down.
Yeah.
Right?
Stunned,
I mean, even if it did happen, everybody would be like, wow, I actually didn't think that would happen.